Hi, Father. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Maria.
Thank you for making time to answer these questions. I thought it would be a good idea to get to know a little bit more about you, since yesterday we celebrated 10 years of ordination into the priesthood. How does that feel?
We did. It's it feels good. I guess it is an accomplishment.
What has been your greatest accomplishment as a priest?
I would say there's this young man in the previous parish, and if this fall, if he joins the seminary, I would say that's my greatest accomplishment.
No pressure on him at all. Is he watching? Is he gonna watch us?
I hope so.
Next question. What is your favorite part about being a priest?
The ability to celebrate the sacraments.
What's your favorite sacrament? Great.
Definitely Eucharist. One of the benefits about being a priest is that you always have a seat in Mass. You always have a chair in Mass. And another benefit about being a priest, especially during this coronavirus lockdown, is I always go to Mass.
What is the hardest thing you've done as a priest?
I think it's always when I have to say something that I know is not going to be taken well.
What is your current goal as a priest?
To strive to be holier, to be better.
What is your advice to someone considering becoming a priest?
Make friends with a good priest, with a mentor, and to strive to shadow him around to see what the priesthood entails. Because sometimes the people they might only see the priest on Sunday, and they might think that's just what they see, and there's a lot more to it.
Who inspired you to become a priest?
Well, I would definitely say my godfather had a lot to do with it because of his example of faith. Probably out of anyone else, my godfather had a lot of influence on that.
What has been one experience as a priest that has inspired you?
One of the experiences that really touched me more for a very long time was probably 8 years ago or so, or 9 years, in which I had gone to anoint this lady in the hospital. Maybe the next week, I get a phone call, and I recognized it was the same lady. And then I said, well, the sacrament is valid for a lot longer than a week. So I was actually cooking that day, and I decided to finish cooking and then go to the hospital instead of just drop and go, which was what I should have done. So I finished cooking. I went to the hospital, and when I went there, the lady was still alive. And this lady, she had a lot of complications, and she hadn't opened her eyes in months. And when I walked in, her daughter was there, and I walk in, and she opens her eyes, and she looks at her daughter, and her daughter just starts to basically cry and kind of scream, and then all of a sudden she starts to roll her eyes back as I'm doing the prayers, and she died. And the daughter just really said she was just waiting for you to get here. That then helped me to always drop whatever I'm doing and go, rather than wait as long as possible, of course.
How do you reach out to young people?
I think that the best way to reach out to young people is just be yourself. I think it's quite hard to be yourself. And I think that by being yourself doesn't mean that I'm perfect just the way I am and stuff like that. I'm not saying that. But I think that what young people want is just authenticity. So they want and they expect me to just be authentic, to just be what I am. So not to try to act hip or cool or to go down to their level, but just for me to be me, to be a priest, to be a father.